Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark Comics Unleashed. My name is Tim the Terrible, the Mel Torme, and Johnny Fever of Codex. Right next to me is the beautifully talented, the multi-dimensional Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is the road manager of the curator of the Library of Comics, Dan the Kelly Art, and right next to him is said curator, the Ric Flair of comic books, ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
Uncle Gary. We have got an amazing, wonderful, and awesome show for you tonight. But let's get some 30 seconds worth of business out of the way, and we will get started.
Some business.
Get the business.
Let's get that business.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got something for you, and we want to give it to you. What would that be, Uncle Gary?
We have all the socials, and we want to give them to you.
Yes, ma'am, sir.
And you can get them in every different way, too.
Absolutely.
We don't discriminate. We'll give them to anybody.
That's right. You tell us where you want it. We will be happy to oblige. All you got to do for us in return is type in at the Codex Station and make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, or follow. It definitely helps us help you and makes you more comfortable in the long run, if you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station. But if you want to look cool after all of that fun and excitement is over, and you want to have a nice long shirt to wear when we see you in the morning, head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We have got an awesome show tonight. We've got polls. We've got back issues. We got a couple little extra things to sprinkle in there to show you. And of course, we have Uncle Gary's showcase. So let's go ahead and get started with this week's polls, gentlemen. I am going to go first. Mine's, I got a small poll this week, just a tiny one.
Well, it's not the size of the poll that matters to him. It's how you use it.
Well, that is very true.
It's how you show it off, too.
And you know, Marvel's polls as of recent have really been disappointing. I've been left wanting more, if none at all. And they finally came around not too long ago. So I'm happy to say they're not sleeping on the couch anymore.
Listen, I've had people tell me you're too much. And I said, let me tell you something. I'd rather be too much than not enough.
All right.
Let me ask you, is Zeb Wells bringing it to the table now?
He is not bringing it to the table. Zeb Wells goes out and gets nasty burritos when I can't think of anything else to get. But anyways,
really, what about those couple issues of Spidey that you said that you showed that you got a couple weeks ago? Yeah, there you go.
They're on the bottom of the stack.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, where they should be. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. DC Superman number 9. Haven't read it yet.
Nice.
I'm caught up on Green Arrow, so that's great. Caught up on the Hulk, Gary, so we're good there, and I can't wait for the next issue.
Oh, so good.
I think this and Moon Knight are the only two that I haven't caught all the way up on yet. So this is what my my reading time with coffee tomorrow is going to be, is with Superman. Next we have what I still think.
That would be a good story title, Coffee with Superman.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I don't think he'd have caffeinated coffee, though. I think he'd have decaf, but it is what it is. This, I think, is one of Marvel's best right now. I say it every week, and I mean it. Dan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sensational She-Hulk. Absolutely fantastic. The cover artwork is always great. They went with a different interior artist in here, and I wasn't too happy about that. I don't like it when they change that. Yeah. But the interior was good enough, and it didn't separate me from the story too much. But you got Hellcat and She-Hulk hanging out, having a girls' night. Other cool things take place. It's pretty good.
Paxsy's always a fun time.
I really dug the series, but I thought that issue was just kind of
like filler.
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot happening in it. It's like it felt like that issue was just here's a whole issue to set up what's going to happen next.
Right. Oh, and Carol Danvers is in this issue too, but for some reason she's not on the cover.
She can't dance.
It's called a segue copy. You know?
Ah, there you go. I got this. I haven't read it yet. I know this is like the prelude to the Weapons of X thing that's coming out later or whatever. But the original X-Men.
It was an interesting story.
Is it good?
It's not bad. I didn't know that it was a one shot. I picked it up. It's got Greg Land art, so there's a couple spots in it where Greg Land does what Greg Land is infamous for, and you'll know those panels as soon as you get to them.
Oh, I can't wait now.
But yeah, it's an interesting issue, and
That'll help your polls of the week.
That's not Backdoor Confessions 9. That's Jean Grey.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah, it's funny because that's exactly who it is. Like when you get to a panel or two, you'll be like, "Oh, gee, I wonder what his inspiration was for that facial expression."
You know what? I don't know why we're giving him a hard time. His muses are just fine with me.
I'm okay with it. One of the greatest covers I ever got was from Sal, and that was that 9.8 Black Cat, or is that Greg Horn?
That was Greg Horn. That was Greg Horn.
Either way, they both have the same inspiration. So
nothing wrong with that.
That was the landscape issue, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. It still is beautiful.
Amazing.
So I'm going to flash these two comics real quick.
Well, we
were talking about Greg Land.
Oh, there we go.
So I haven't read them. They are on the bottom of my list. I come up with excuses to not read it. But I don't think I'm running out of issues to use as excuses. So
he's shame buying them now.
I am.
But you're still giving him your money, so you're still supporting.
Tim, they have maps, right, Sal?
They have maps.
They have maps in them.
But this is the one I want to talk about. And I'd like to have a little bit of a conversation on it if we could. When I read this, and I think you guys know what it is, I was very happy. I was very satisfied. I was relieved. I was filled with contentment and joy in knowing that my favorite character finally got his just deserves and is living a life as a family man.
Did you have to have a cigarette afterwards?
Dude, I had two. This,
and yes, I 100% agree.
That's a great book.
Very good.
This is amazing. Now, no pun intended, right?
Yeah.
All puns intended.
Yeah.
Every adjective that's used to describe this character is exactly what this is. This is the book that I have wanted after this trash. And I don't say that with comic books a lot, right? I don't like doing that, but this is not. If you haven't read this and your local comic shops still have it for cover price, go get it. You will not be disappointed, because I know some shops are starting to sell them for what they're going for on eBay now, which is upwards of $50.
Wow.
Yeah. So
there's a second print coming out too, so make sure you sign up for that.
There you go. Yeah. But this, if you haven't read it, you need to read it. Hickman does everything right. There are characters in here that were a pleasant surprise to see, and other characters that didn't make an appearance. Dan, you and I talked about this at length. I don't know if Gary, Sal, have you guys read this?
Yes, I've read it.
Okay. I'll give it another 2 weeks until I come back on for us to full dive into it, to give everybody else a chance that hasn't read this yet. But 0 out of 10. Just give me your grades, gentlemen. What would you say? I say 10 out of 10. Sal, what about you?
11.
11. Okay.
11. This one goes to 11.
Gary?
I'm gonna say 9.8.
All right. And Dan?
I'm gonna say 9. 9. It was very good. I just say 9 because because it is just the first issue. I want to see where it goes from there as a setup for it, as establishing what Peter's world, what this Peter's world is and all that. It's great. But I have a hard time giving things a 10 because I feel like there's always room to grow. And with this, like, I really want to see where it goes, because I've said it before. I'm not a huge Hickman fan. I think he's good at world building and not so great at writing engaging story. This was great at the world building and it was engaging, but I do feel like when he did his Secret Wars and everybody was raving about it, I was reading it every month, and I was like, I don't know where the disconnect is. Like, I just find this to be so boring.
I
But
love
everyone else loved it, so I guess I have to go back and read it like as a whole.
Well, let me ask you this then, because with what you're saying there, like with some things he's good, other things he's not. In my opinion, and gentlemen, chime in on this, please. Tell me if you agree or if you disagree. I feel like there's a lot of passion in this story, like with
There is.
the way that he's writing and things like that. I feel like he put a lot of effort into making this what it was.
It seems to me like he really doesn't like the direction that the main book is, or
Right.
has been since Quesada did what he did. So
Yeah.
it seems like he is really, that he's kind of saying this is how it should be.
Right on. So kind of taking corrective action, putting
Mhm.
the ship back on course. So to
Yeah, I
speak.
think so.
Basically,
Okay.
like, if you didn't do what you did, if you hadn't screwed with Spidey the way you did, this is what we should have. This is
By
where
now.
Spidey should be now.
Okay. All right.
I see it exactly like that.
Okay.
And Dan
That-
only gave it a 9 to bring down my 11. So let's just call it a 10.
So
So
that's a 10.
collectively, overall, Codex says it's
Yeah,
a 10, except for Dan.
Okay, Nigel.
All right, Sal, why don't you go ahead and show us what you got? For
All
the
right,
week?
do you want to start with independent first?
You can just start from the top and work your way down for all
All
your polls.
right, then. So
What she
then
said.
I'll do back issues. What's that? Start to the top, work my way down.
Wiggle, get it
Wiggles.
nice and
Oh.
yeah, there you go.
All right, so let's start off with this. This is from Scout. This is Rogues #1. Oops.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, that looks interesting.
Is that
Yeah.
Dotson cover?
I believe you are correct, sir. Hold on, it says it right here at the top, but I gotta take my glasses off to see. No, this is
Austin?
well, this is by Torres and Collar.
Okay.
Pablo
Wow.
M. Collar. So,
Well.
so that's what it says on the front cover. So, yep,
Okay.
it looked interesting. I'm like, I'm into that fantasy type of Dungeons and Dragons type thing. And
I
that's what
dig it. It
reminded me
looks
of.
good.
So, I have not read it yet. So we'll see how it goes. If it's worth picking up. All right. So we got next is Green Lantern War Journal #5.
Yeah,
Nice.
John Stewart.
I like that cover.
Yeah,
That
that's
looks
pretty cool.
good.
So I saw this one and I picked it up because I like this character. Hellblazer #1.
Yep.
I didn't know he had a series coming out.
Well, it's
So-
a Black Label series.
Yeah.
Oh,
Black Label. Yep,
Is
this is
it-
the third cover.
oh wow.
And in the where his chest is, there's like a hole, looks like
Mhm.
a heart. You know.
Wow, ain't that something?
So I picked these up now on cover alone, but this is World's Finest.
Oh, that's nice.
That is very good.
And that is issue number 23, I believe.
Wow.
Remember right? Yep, number 23. So yep, there's that. And then of course I've got another World's Finest.
Magog.
Oh,
Giving Joker the business.
Yeah, he is.
yeah.
Now, next one up is Superman #10, and I love this cover.
Locomotive stronger than a locomotive.
Oh,
From Mayo.
see that
He's
issue. That's waiting for me at in my polls.
It's got the damsel in distress down below.
Wow, that's
Save me,
great.
save me, Superman, save me.
You
And
got
then, of
it.
course, I've got Justice League Godzilla Kong with Aquaman and Mira on the cover.
That's
Wow.
a good book. Yeah.
Yep. I read this one. Still an excellent story. Chugging along just fine.
Nice.
Let me jump to
Is it the
Marvel.
popcorn fest that it promised it would be?
Yeah,
Yes.
Good.
I think it is. So let me jump to Marvel stack, and then I will circle back to some back issues recommendations thanks to Dan.
Oh, save your back issues for when we get there.
Oh, okay, all right. So we'll save the
Yep.
back issues then.
Yep.
So
Just the
X-Men number
pulls.
30.
Is that high evolutionary?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I got White Widow number 3. And then I picked up Cable #1 because I'm starting to dig the Fall of the Mutants and the Return of the Mutants to take on Orcus. So I'm liking that I guess it's that cohesion now. So I got to pick up all the offshoots to get
Oh
everything
wow.
with that. Next is Invincible Iron Man number 14.
Oh,
Mhm.
Forge.
Forge on the cover.
Yep.
Finally seeing him.
That was the
All right.
was that the one that I showed you? Like, did you see this cover?
Yeah, and I told you I already had it. I already had it
Oh,
pulled.
okay.
Yep.
Well, one thing with that Fall of Mutants too, like I keep seeing that everybody is, I guess they're all assuming because that one ad that said like from the Ashes or something, and it said something coming soon or whatever it was. It said X-Men, and with the X-Men logo, they're like, oh, that's the X-Men, that's the logo from Age of Apocalypse. And I'm like, yeah, guess what? That's also the logo from X-Men issue 1 all the way back. It was whatever. Like
Gary knows.
Like everybody is assuming. I see all these people assuming it's like an Age of Apocalypse thing. I'm like, it's more likely that it's going back to what the original logo was when it first came out.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Gary, what's your unbroken run for X-Men again?
Without any gaps in it, without any
without any gaping holes.
with no gaping holes, with no gaping holes. Yeah, it starts at 1.
Nice.
What does it go to?
544.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Nice. Now.
Well, now, right. It goes to now.
Goes to now.
Goes to now.
Goes to now.
It goes to this new one I just picked up. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
All right, so next one I picked up is Jackpot, the Mary Jane superhero. And I actually enjoyed it. It was good.
Really?
It was really decent.
How random are her powers, or are they powers of convenience?
Powers of convenience.
Yeah, of course.
But still,
you
it
heard
was a
the
nice
disappointment in Tim's voice.
It's not written by Zem. It's not written by
it
Zem.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Why?
She was character assassinated. She is a shell of her former self. She is not, or never was, or should never be a superhero.
Pick up issue 1 and read it, and tell me that you did not have a fun time reading it.
I will.
Do it. Do it. Do
Not
it.
I'll
every
get it next
non-powered
week.
superhero has to
All right.
get powers.
I know, but we got Amazing Spider-Man number 42, and
is
what
he
did
fighting
Peter
a
Parker do
dominatrix there?
No,
Is he
that's
what?
the new Beetle. That's the new Beetle.
Oh, I was
What
like,
did What did Peter Parker do again? What did
We
Peter
don't. No, they've not answered that question yet.
Parker
Want to know what he did, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you
I'll
what he
tell you.
did. Come
Nothing.
closer to the screen because I'm going to
Yeah.
whisper it. Are you ready?
Yeah,
He
we're ready.
did nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. A big fat fucking goose egg.
Not
Yeah,
You know what
buried
he
his
did?
costume in the field. That's
You know what
littering.
he did? He over the years grew and evolved as a character into and had relationships. And then Joe Quesada was like, "No, I want him to be like he was 50 years ago."
But he can't. He's an adult. He's married.
I
Yeah,
know.
scratch all that. Get rid of all that.
All right, so I picked up the variant for that. I got more variants coming from my Heroes collection. So Heroes Corner Comics.
What is
will
that
be
an
coming
homage
next week.
to? What is that an
That's
homage to?
that's 122, I believe. Am I right? 122.
It's
No,
amazing. 29.
What one?
No, it's either 39, I believe. I think it's Amazing
39.
39. John
39.
Romita, I think it's 39.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up and see.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
it up and see. So of course I also have the Ultimate Spider-Man 1.
There it is.
Definitely a good read. Definitely a good story setup. Hickman, I agree with Dan. Hickman does build a good universe, and I think they're going to do something really good with that.
Yeah.
So,
Gary was right. It's 39.
Woo!
There you go. That's
Gary,
why he's the
what's your-
curator.
Gary, what's your?
Oh, I'm getting confused with the Goblin, Green Goblin holding Gwen Stacy one, right?
Well,
That's
that
the one I'm
right.
getting confused.
Yeah,
That's
what
122.
Yeah.
that,
what's your,
right.
what's your Spider-Man run at?
Where
Yeah,
does
what's
it
your
start
Spider-Man?
out with no gaping holes?
Yeah.
No gaping holes.
Let me see. Yeah, that starts at 1 too.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
great.
what is it? But what does it go to again?
Well, right now,
Now.
900 and something, whatever that last issue he
The
held up
here
was.
and now.
It's going to be 1,000 pretty soon, which will be cool. And if we just
it
want to
goes
throw in
to-
something for kicks, we could throw in AF-15.
Ooh.
It
Let's just
starts
throw it
at
in there.
1 and it goes to the last week.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's the last week.
Yep. So, no episode will be complete without some foily goodness.
Oh,
Yep.
I have the
Secret
Secret Wars. Foily
I didn't
goodness
know
on
they
Secret
came
Wars.
out with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This week.
Does
And
it have the blue Galactus error in it?
I have not looked yet. I have not
Okay.
looked yet. Also, the foily goodness of Cap.
Yep.
Hey,
This is
that
Avengers
looks pretty
Twilight.
cool. I like that.
Love that cover.
I told Travis
glare is bad.
before, I was like, any foiled cover that just comes out, just put it in Sal's box. He's got a
Yeah.
And I said there's a 90% chance that I'm just going to go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wow.
He likes
next-
shiny.
those are all my pickups from this week. I have some back issues I picked up thanks to Dan's recommendation. So we'll
Save
save that for.
Yeah, save the back issues. I got a little bit to show myself. So
Then you shall move on from me.
awesome. All
Bye,
right,
folks.
Uncle Gary, what do you have for pulls this week, good sir?
All right. We got my Amazing Spider-Man issue, the Gang War storyline. Maybe because it doesn't look maps. They have
Oh,
maps.
maps. My
They have the
lord.
maps.
man.
So let me say one more thing about that issue, which I'm starting to not like is the art. John Romita Jr. JR
Mhm.
doing the art to that still. It's all faces. As you read the story,
It
most of
is.
the panels are close-up faces of
Mhm.
dialogue.
You're not
And it's just
making me
like-
want to read it.
Yeah. Well,
But he can only draw what Zeb Wells writes. If Zeb Wells writes a bunch of close-ups,
That's true.
Yeah.
Zeb, what do you expect me to do with this? Just fucking draw
Well-
it, JR.
I'm telling you, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed this storyline. So
I
mean,
have too, yeah.
faces.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like the Gang War story. That's
I'm
pretty good.
gonna read it. I'm gonna start from where I stopped, which was 2 issues after the death of Kamala Khan.
Right.
And I'm gonna pick up
And
where I left off tomorrow.
I like it because
so.
it's a confident Spider-Man, and he's got team members all around him, and
Mhm.
She-Hulk is there with just enough comedy or comedic value because she
Yep.
always has those little quips that she throws in there, and it's perfect. So
Nice.
it's he's starting to write him pretty well now. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. All right. One of my favorite series lately. I love
Ooh.
Catwolf and the Howling Commandos. I love this
Yep.
book.
I love those
that was the
covers.
final issue.
Yep. There's your High Evolutionary
Yeah.
on
That is a
X-Men
good cover.
30. Yep. Another great, spectacular Alex Ross cover on FF.
Oh, that is nice.
so good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. What's that legacy number on there? I don't have my glasses, but 709.
Holy smokes.
I've got the 708 issues in front of this too.
I was going to say, yeah, what's your working on that again?
Yeah. So Daredevil.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, his little weapon is getting a little bit destroyed there by She-Hulk.
You
Broken.
do to my Billy Club.
Yeah.
Literally or figuratively?
Oh wow. Invincible Iron Man with the great Forge cover. Yeah.
Once again, I am very glad to see Forge on a comic book cover.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. I am thrilled to see that. Jackpot. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a read. I'm not too hopeful. Sal liked it, maybe. I'm like you. I don't think Mary Jane should be a hero. Here we go. Avengers Twilight. I'm really
That's
looking forward to that.
That's
Rob
cool
really
cover,
Rob really liked this, and I dig the art. It's painterly, you know.
So, Gary, give me a rundown. What is Avengers Twilight? What's the point
So
of that?
all I know, it's like Avengers in the future, like 20 years from now or something.
Okay.
So it's an older Cap, and also Avengers Twilight. So that's all I know about it. And
Okay.
Rob liked it. And for your trade paperback pleasure, here's the 5 issues of
Nice.
Philip Kennedy Johnson's wonderful, incredible
Nice.
Hulk. So,
That's
Yep. So I'm caught up
great.
on that one now. So that's good.
and what are you thinking, Sal?
It's added to my pull list. It's
Yep.
added to my pull list. I
So
love it.
you've read the transformation scene now, right?
Yes.
That was
And-
so good.
And you've seen his version of the Ghost Rider, right?
Yes.
You
Awesome.
wouldn't by chance have a cigarette, would you?
Yeah, so
Didn't
good.
think so.
All right, my let's see, where are the independents? I just had did I not show the independents? I had 2 independents in here.
I don't think so.
Oh, here they go. Yep, they disappeared. So the 2 independents I have are the ever awesome Creep Show.
Nice.
So, Creep Show is holding up pretty good then?
Well, you know, all the stories are different, right? I
Yeah.
dig it. I just have fun with it. Look at the great cover. The kid's got a guillotine decapitating his toys. So,
Wow.
so come
Little
on.
does he know.
Yeah. So that's great. And Deviant.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
By
cool.
Tinian. So
wow.
I'm enjoying that book. All right, let's go some DC goodness. The A cover for Green Lantern War Journal.
See, I like
Nice.
that. Is
Mhm.
that steel back there in the background?
It is steel.
It is.
And
Ooh,
Yep.
interesting.
Natasha, yeah. Tom King's Wonder Woman. I've been enjoying this series.
I cannot wait to read that.
Yep. I
Cool
have.
cover.
That's
Yep.
my favorite DC title right underneath Superman right now.
So
you
you're
like
saying
it with
Wonder Woman?
which is
Wonder
underneath.
Woman's
Yeah, Wonder
underneath
Woman.
Superman.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Gary
Right,
and I
yeah.
went right there, Gary. We
Mhm.
went right to that.
I
cover.
left the door open.
Yep.
You guys walked through. Good job.
Walked
Yes.
through. We punched our way in.
We
Wait a
kicked
minute.
some bitch in. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. That's an opportunity for a dirty joke. Get out
Yeah,
of
it
the
is.
way.
Catwoman
That's good.
alternate cover. So
Yeah.
all the
Cool.
kitties. That'll probably go to my wife. She's a cat. She loves her kitties.
Nice.
The A cover of Hellblazer.
Oh,
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
love the
Is that
skull
almost like an
face.
undead
Miniseries,
Constantine?
right?
yeah, what'd you say, Dan?
I said it's a mini series, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I love Constantine. The A cover of World's Finest.
Are they still in the Kingdom Come universe?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
still got Magog on there. Yep.
Okay.
Magog.
Because that's been like several issues now, right?
It has. It
Yeah.
has.
That's like the fourth issue they've been there, or third.
Wow.
Something like that. Yep.
Oh, I love that Nightwing cover. That's
So look,
great.
Damien's been turned into a cat and he's pushing shit off the counter.
It's Bloodhaven. It's a snow
Yeah.
globe of Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
The-
he's pushing.
The whole cover is making fun of that
that
meme that's
meme,
out. Yeah.
And there's a alternate cover where Nightwing and John, I think, draw on Damien's face, draw
Yep.
cat whiskers and shit.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to this. I have dug this book, Superman
Ooh.
Lost by Priest. I
Nice.
really like this book, so I'm looking.
Great
This
cover.
Is
this
it the
wraps
last
it up.
issue?
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
10 issue mini, so wraps it up.
See, that's one I've been waiting for the trade on.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jay Garrick Flash book.
Ooh.
Nice.
And God, I've read a couple books. This is one I've read this week. I really like this book so much. The Titans.
Oh,
Yeah. So
very
That
cool.
looks interesting.
I like that a lot. It's been a really good story. Titans is one of my favorite DC titles right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
This it is a popcorn summer movie feel
Right.
to it. It is
Yeah.
fun. Comic books can be fun, boys and girls. It's okay.
That's great. That is exactly what I hoped it would be. I only got to read the first issue, and I haven't been able to pick up the other ones since. But the sense that I got was that it was going to be this big popcorn flick.
I didn't buy the sound covers, but maybe I should have. Those are so much fun that people, this is that great Bermejo,
Yeah.
mightier than a locomotive cover, which is so great.
More
And the
powerful than a locomotive.
More powerful than a locomotive. That's what it is. Yep. Here is the
Ooh.
A cover.
Yeah.
So I know y'all haven't read this yet, so I won't spoil it, but I will say I was really enjoyed the surprise of a Superman villain that I don't think has appeared since the 80s in this book.
Oh.
And the motif of this issue, the genre here, may give you a clue to who it was. And I never saw it coming, and I loved it. So it's a villain that doesn't quite fit in with Superman these days.
Nice.
But
Now I got to think about that.
yeah, so it was. I hadn't seen him. I can't remember the last time I saw that villain used, and
Wow.
it made sense with how they used him a lot, and kind of gave a reason why you hadn't seen him in a while. But I was really like, oh, are you? Wow, that's great. That's great. So for a guy that has issues with that dude on the cover, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since, like I said, it's got to be the 80s. So
Wow.
that was kind of neat to see. So those are my recent polls.
All right. Dan, what about you, good sir? What do you got for this week's polls?
All right, I'll start with DC just because that's what's sitting on top of the pile here. So this one, it didn't come out this week. It came out a couple months or a while ago. I think it was. I just missed picking it up, which was Fables 159.
Nice.
For whatever reason, I think it's because of the erratic release schedule that DC's had with this since they've been fighting with Bill Willingham. I missed 158 and 159, so they had this one. So I still got to get a copy of 158. I haven't been reading it since they brought it back. I've been waiting for like all the issues to come out so I could sit down and read it at once.
Yeah.
And there's one more issue to come out, and we'll see what they do, what happens with it after that because of this. You know, like I said, this fight Bill Wilmington has been having with DC and how he's like, I put everything in the public domain, and they said you can't, and he's like, I own it, I can do whatever I want. And so who knows what'll happen after this next issue comes out?
So
We'll
are you
see.
missing an issue still?
Yeah, I'm missing 158.
I'll look and see if we have it next
Oh, I
time.
appreciate it.
Try and text me to remind me, but
Okay.
especially
Got like Gary, I got the Jay Garrick Flash number 4.
Nice.
Of the three JSA solo books they've been doing, that one is my favorite of the three. I like the story in Sandman a little bit better, but the artwork in that just doesn't do it for me. Like between art and story, this is the one I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
I also got the World's Finest number 23.
Nice.
That's cool.
And yeah, I also got the Superman.
Nice.
And
I'm very intrigued to read that.
Yeah, I'm especially after what Gary said. I was already looking forward to reading it. Now I'm like, oh, I got to see who it is. And then yeah, the Titans number 7.
Nice.
Which that whole storyline.
So is the Beast thing over now, or
no, it's still going.
Okay, still in the middle of that.
And what they did in the end of the Beast War issue 4. Oh, that was just brutal. What Amanda Waller did with Garth and with Chester. Oh my god. That was
Chester Runk. Yep.
Yeah. Cold-hearted, brutal.
Wow.
For Independence, I got G.I. Joe number 303.
Are you reading it? Are you caught up on it? I am loving G.I. Joe. I haven't gotten the new issue yet, but 301 and 302, I'm digging it, man. I'm digging every bit of it.
Now, I read A Real American Hero. That was one of the books I read from Marvel growing up, which was like one of the things that got me into like buying monthly comics. So I read that. I didn't read it when it went to, was it like IDW or whoever had it when they picked it up. So I started picking it up again with Image, and now I'm like, oh, I got to go back and read all these issues.
Same here,
because I'm just kind of lost a little bit. I got the Cobra Commander number 1. This is the 1 in 10 variant.
Oh, nice cover.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, when I was buying the regular one, the guy at the shop, Travis, he's like, for only $1 more, there's the 1 in 10 variant, and I was like, it's only $1 more, and the cover on this one does look a lot cooler than the A cover. So yeah, I'll pick it up. I don't know if you've got it or if you're getting it or reading it.
That's on my polls. I'm getting the store exclusive for Nirvana. Sal, if you still want yours, I'll get that for you too.
Yeah, please do.
Not to spoil anything that happens in it, but there is no, unless you've seen spoilers for it, there's no way that you're going to see what happens in it. There's no way you're going to see it coming.
Nice.
There's zero chance that you're going to expect what's going to happen in it.
Nice.
And with that, I also got the blank sketch cover.
Right on.
This is what that's what the A cover looks like. So, yeah, the 1 in 10 variant definitely looks cooler.
Wow, that's great.
So
that's awesome.
Figure out what I think I'm gonna do his head with the helmet on. For Marvel, yeah, I also got the new Daredevil.
Nice.
This one came out last month, but I had missed it. The Superior Spider-Man number 1.
Ooh.
because
Yep.
Dan,
I was confused because they had like the Return of the Superior Spider-Man, and then they had issue 2, and I got that, and I'm reading it. I'm like, I feel like I missed something. I thought that was the first issue, and then this came into the second one, so that was like the one shot, and then there's the first issue, which is this, and then the second issue that came out like a week.
I've liked that book. I've
Nice.
liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dug it. And I didn't read Superior Spider-Man before because, I quit Spider-Man after one more day. But I get the gist of what it was.
Mhm.
I kind of knew what was happening with it when it was going on.
Right.
Like Gary also got Cap Wolf and the Howling Commander.
Cap Wolf. It's a fun book.
Did you read this new one?
I haven't read it yet. Look forward to it.
Oh yeah, that's the last issue of it. But like a lot of miniseries, it leaves it open ended somewhat. Not really open ended, but it leaves it with the possibility to come back for more.
It's what Sundays are for, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen. Coffee, comics, and comfort.
And
you go.
then the last one I got is is my pick of the week, which I did read already and loved it, which is the Avengers
Yeah.
Twilight book 1.
Man, that cover is just amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. I really dug it. So you were asking what the story behind is. So yeah, it takes place in the future. Cap is an old man. He mentioned that he doesn't have the super soldier serum anymore. Basically, superheroes are kind of outlawed. There was something that happened that they called H Day, like Hero Day, where something happened where a city got destroyed or something. All these
This
people
sounds
got
very
killed.
similar to the Avengers video game.
Yeah, like all these people got killed, and now it shows older heroes, like it's got Cap in there. It shows Iron Man's son. It shows an older Luke Cage, an older Daredevil, and then everything in America is kind of under this almost like fascist rule from Shield and Cap's. There's groups trying to recruit Cap to come back and lead a resistance.
Interesting.
So it's about him like trying to come back and then I guess build an Avengers team again so they can
Mhm.
fight this
Wow.
that's taken over and control of everything.
Okay.
But I mean, it's Chip Zdarsky writing something for Marvel, which I mean, you got to pick that up no matter what it is.
Right. Exactly. All right, Dan, is that it for what you got for polls
That's it
this
for
week?
me. That's it.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a sponsorship break real quick. We got 2 sponsors to get out of the way, so that'll give you a chance to get up, stretch your legs, get your drinks, run to the bathroom real quick. Give us about 60 seconds, and then we will be back at it with back issues. Sal,
Turn the
if you-
volume up really loud so you can still hear us.
yeah, exactly. Sal, if you don't mind, go ahead and let people know about our sponsor for tonight's episode, 1 of 2, W Energy, please.
Oh my gosh, W Energy. Well, you got to go over to WGG and check them out. They are a good, clean energy drink. They're the best one on the market, I feel. There's no bad aftertaste. There's no sugar crash. There's no jitters. And it tastes like a good fountain drink, you might say, or a flavored drink. It is
Yeah.
very good.
Good.
Go over to WGG, use the word code -X and save 10% on that order. There's the ticker down below. Check that out. Head over there, use the code -X, and save 10%.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And for our second sponsor of tonight's episode, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to Nirvana Comics in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where I get all my polls from. They are my exclusive comic shop. You can head over to nirvanacomicsknoxville.com to check out their website. They have a comic for everybody. They are just waiting to give it to you. All you got to do is head over there and do that. Plus, if you are in the Knoxville, Tennessee area, right there's the address. Go ahead and drop in, say hello to Grant, Jasmine, and the rest of the Nirvana Comics team. They are more than happy to help you out. And let me show you just how happy they are to help you out, because they gave me something to give to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Herpes?
No, that would be Duke #1. This is their store exclusive. They've got a Cobra Commander store exclusive that is out right now that you can get. All you got to do is go to that address, or you can head over to the website. It may or may not be available there, unknown at this point, but this is, and you can win it. You can win it coming up here pretty soon. All you got to do, and Gary's even going to give you step-by-step visual instructions on what to do. So you're on Codex, right? Hit the subscribe button. Real simple. Already halfway there.
Should have you done that already? Come on.
Exactly. And then after that, head over to Facebook. Find Nirvana Comics on Facebook. All you got to do is look for that cool little logo right there. Make sure to follow them. Done? Okay. We're on the same page. Take the screenshot. Head over to the Codex Station's Facebook page. Post it on there with the caption, I'm in, on any of the posts that we have available. This live stream right now, you can even do that there. Bingo. You're entered in to win. We've got several entries already, and we want you to be on that list. It's an exclusive list, and you need to be on it, ladies.
It's shockingly easy.
So easy, ladies and gentlemen. Can't believe it. Just make sure to do this every now and then. Okay. Nirvana Comics. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Both of our sponsors, thank you very much. We are more than appreciative and very grateful that you sponsor a channel like Codex. Now, let's get into some back issues, shall we? All right. So, this is a mixture of, or this might all be McKay's stuff. So, I went to McKay's again, and I think I spent no more than $2 on a.
Do they know you by
issue.
name there now?
They should if they don't. But
seems like you're there every other day.
I try to be. I take stuff into trade, like board games and stuff that my kids don't play no more. I'll take them there, trade them in, get store credit, and then buy stuff. But we'll get started with this. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 18. Love the cover.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, $2.
Who is
So
that on the cover with him?
I have no idea.
Put it back up, please.
I thought it was Midnighter at first.
Looks
but
like
he's-
Midnighter, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an unofficial crossover.
Yeah. So I am unknown. Next, this is my favorite back issue cover so far. This is Wonder Woman number 36. Look at that Finch cover.
Yeah,
Finch,
that's nice.
yeah.
That is gorgeous. I love that. $2. Those are the two most expensive issues I bought at McKay's. Everything else is $1.
Nice.
Mighty Avengers number 14. Tell me what this homage is, gentlemen.
Avengers 57.
Oh,
There you
There it
go. Yep, this is during the Secret Invasion storyline.
Behold the
the
vision. Behold the vision.
Behold. Next we have Avengers number 19.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Cool.
Yeah, love it. Let's see
by the
here.
artist that's doing Avengers Twilight.
That Avengers
is.
19 is kind of a homage to Cap 100.
Yes.
It's a little bit. It's kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
This one I bought specifically for the cover. This is Secret Avengers number 16. Run the mission, don't get seen, save the world. Yeah, Gary, Beast is an Avenger, and this confirms it.
No, there you go.
Oh, nice.
What? No
Yep.
way.
There you
That
go.
looks fake. That looks fake.
I
Come on.
love it.
We
Love
all
it.
know
Love
that
it.
He's an X-Man. Come on.
That's a
Possibly.
great cover.
Moon
That is a
Knight's
great
an
cover.
Avenger too. Isn't it
Yep.
though? I saw that, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I got to get that. That looks
Yeah. The horizontal covers are fun
good.
sometimes.
Yeah, I love them when they do them right.
Mhm.
So here is the G.I. Joe run on Image when they first went over there. This is issue number 4.
Nice.
That's cool.
Not too bad.
Floating
Not too
heads
bad.
too.
Yep, and this is some J. Scott Campbell early
I was
stuff.
gonna say it looks like J. Scott Campbell, doesn't
Yep.
it?
But that wasn't the continuation of a real
No.
Adventure here. That was when they relaunched it with a new continuity.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So this is the Image run during that time, early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. Then we've got issue number 5.
Nice.
And this cover looks pretty cool. Issue number 6.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I do
That's
too.
nice.
Yeah, because the Image had it for a while, and then it was Devil's Due,
Yeah.
and then IDW,
Yeah.
and then now Image again.
back to Image. Some beautiful Michael Turner work here. We have the Fallen Sun, the Death of Captain America, Avengers.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Gorgeous work. Daredevil number 66, beautiful yellow and black.
Like it.
That was such a great run too.
Oh yeah, this I think is when Bendis was writing it. Yeah, it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
With Malieve doing the art, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. New Avengers Annual number 1.
Oh, good
Nice.
cover.
Yeah, I dig it.
Who is that?
That is Jessica Jones.
I think
Is it?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He had the jewel costume.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is exactly correct. Next we have New Avengers number 60.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to complete
nice.
that run this year. That's something I want to do. New Avengers 57.
Oh, good cover.
Yeah, that looks great. And then Secret Invasion number 5 of 8.
Oh, yeah, that's
look at
cool.
Love that.
that.
Yeah.
Face only a mother could love.
Exactly. And then this is the topper to back issues. This is issue number 24 of Daredevil from 1967. Gary, I already showed this to you, but go ahead and enjoy that again.
Yep.
Nice.
Kazar. Lord Kevin Plunder wearing clothes.
That's
You don't
right.
get-
$20 on eBay. Couldn't pass it up.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's a good deal.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's a great buy for 20.
Yeah,
Yes, it
exactly.
is.
$24. They claimed it is very fine. It's got some spine ticks in this one little spot right there.
Yeah.
That's got some damage. Other than that, it needs a recenter.
You
And
want-
the pages here are kind of rough, but I flipped through it. It's very tight, held together really well still.
You want to guess where my Daredevil run starts?
I know it starts at number 1, but I don't know where
Yeah.
it ends.
Yeah, that's probably where it starts. It ends with whatever came out last week.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are my back issues for this week. Sal, keep this back issue train a rolling, good sir. And show
All
us
right. If you remember last week, and you probably don't, Tim, because you weren't on last week, were you?
I was not.
Okay. Dan had me pick up Local Man, number 1. And I read it, and I liked it. So I went back to the shop this week, and I went and picked up more of the back issues of Local Man.
Wait a
So we
minute.
have-
Do those look like? Oh, go ahead. You're going to show them.
Yeah.
They look like
Ah.
Deathmate.
That one does, yeah.
This one does.
That's
Yep.
great.
Nice.
So this is a one shot that happens during the storyline. And then
During Deathmate?
no,
No,
during the
the
Local
Oh.
Man storyline.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so this is issue number 5.
I like that
Oh.
cover.
Yeah.
And there's other covers on the back because it's a flip book.
Each one is a flip book. That's right. Local Man Local Girl number 7.
Wow. Ain't that
Nice.
something?
And then we have Local Man number 8.
Oh,
Wow.
man. That ain't good.
Yeah,
That's not good.
that's not good.
That's not good.
It's
Little-
a really
little-
cool series. If you haven't been reading it, I recommend everyone to check it out. It's done by Tim Seeley, who's been in comics for decades, and then Tony Fleeks, who did Stray Dogs, that was super popular.
Right. Let me see if I can find that number 1 issue really quick.
That looks
but yeah.
really interesting.
It is. It is. There we go. Here is the number 1 issue that Dan had me pick up.
Oh, there you go.
wow.
So the premise of it is that this main character, Crossjack, was excuse me, as part of this superhero team. He did something that pissed everybody off. They kick him off the team. They dump him back in this podunk, hometown that he came from, and they said, "Look, we own the name. When you join the team, you have to sign it. So we own the name Crossjack. So you can't go out. You can't wear a costume. You can't call yourself Crossjack. You can't carry a shield. You can't do like anything that would identify you as this." So he gets dropped off in his little hometown, and then this old villain of his gets murdered, and he gets kind of sucked in to investigating this guy's murder and figuring out what actually happened. And then there's a lot of references to to his time when he was on the superhero team. And so that's the main story. And then you flip it over, and on the other side is a short story in each issue that highlights a different point in his history when he was on the superhero team. And it mentions a lot of 90s Image characters a lot. So it takes place in that world. So it mentions like Savage Dragon and Cyber Force and all these. And then that one gold issue that like looks like Death Maid. There's a ton of old Image characters. Some that some like Stryker that were more popular, and a bunch of them that are like lesser known characters. There's a ton of them that show up in that, and it's it's a super cool series.
There's one funny moment in there where he's been dropped off in this little town, and he gets attacked, and he picks up a trash can lid to shield himself and fight. And the team shows up, serves him a warrant, and says you can't use a shield. And he's like, it was a trash can lid. And they're like, doesn't matter. You used it as a shield. You can't do that.
Oh, my God.
And it doesn't reveal right away exactly what it is he did, but it takes a couple issues.
Right.
And
I have a feeling I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to say.
All right.
But
Sal,
definitely check it out.
Maybe he did what Peter did.
What you think it is.
What's that? Say again?
Is it you can text me what you think it is, and then and I won't let you know, but I'll just just see for when you read it.
Text you if you're not going to tell me.
So you can have the proof that when it comes to that point, you'd be like, "See, I knew it."
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead, Gary, with back issues for the week.
Okay, back issues for the week. So this isn't a back issue, but I forgot to show it earlier. Here's the Tom King Animal Town book. This is the Virgin cover that I just got.
That's great.
That's pretty cool.
Comics cards collectible. So I didn't get the single issue when it came out. I just didn't. But I'll read it now, and maybe I'll love it. So
what is this? How did you have it personalized? What does it say on there?
To Gary, you nerd, Tom King.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's wonderful.
So I got a stack of books and Mark had a good sale on all the modern era books, half off. So I got them pretty cheap. So I was buying. I didn't have this on my pull list, so I've been buying them willy-nilly. So, and I've been missing a few because I didn't put them on this. Here's X-Force 23. So this gets the ones that I missed. X-Force
that's a cool
39.
Wow.
X-Force 40. And I saw an alternate.
Red.
Yep, I saw an alternate for X-Force, I think 49 coming up. It's a 1 in 25. It's a George Perez variant of Wonder Man and the Beast, and I will have to get
nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. X-Men Gold. This is the only issue I still needed of that, number 21.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was a cool series, but they did Colossus dirty.
Yeah.
The only issue I missed in this, Silver Coin 14.
Oh, that looks.
I want to say it went 15 or 16 issues.
That is unsettling.
This
it was a horror book.
It's a horror book, and it's an anthology that deals with this cursed silver coin from ancient days. And as people get a hold of it, bad things happen.
Wow.
The new Poison Ivy book, I just happened to miss a few issues because I didn't I don't have it on my pull list, and I was just pulling them off the rack because I hadn't committed. And
that's where you get Dawn of DC across her title first, issue 13.
Yep. Okay. It's been, and that was cool, the date night issue. But this was nice. I've been enjoying this.
Oh yeah, I love Poison Ivy.
2 detective comics. Now I had the B covers of these, but for some reason I didn't have the A covers. So I got this A cover of Detective 32.
That's during the New 52 run, right?
New 52.
Yeah.
Yep. And I got the A cover I needed on 33. So I had
nice
in the shape of the gun. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So that's neat. But so I got the 2 A covers I didn't have. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know why the hell I bought it. This is Spectre 60.
You don't even like Spectre. Why did you buy that?
Do we know anybody that needs this to complete a run?
Right here.
That's
This guy.
yours?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Now, what do you need? You just need one more, right?
Yeah, I think so. The next issue after
You do
that.
that one?
Yep, that sure would.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary
Nice.
has helped me get over half of that whole run that I needed. There's going to be some reviews coming in the very near future. Count on that.
So look in the background. See his eyes? That's the Spectre
Oh,
holding
yeah.
the 3 fates with his hands, and then there's
Ooh.
the Spectre's eyes behind them.
Yep.
So when you get these, you're complete, my friend.
I
So
can't wait.
these were $3 a piece. So Tim, $6 or 60? What should I charge him?
60.
$6.
60.
$6.
60.
Now,
Write it
Charge him
down.
60.
now, look, they have your Sal's not helping you out there.
Not at all.
$6 for the books, 54 for the shipping.
There
Done.
you go.
Yes.
I didn't have the last issue of this Ambush Bug mini,
Ah.
so I finished that.
Cool.
He said, "Wait a second, anybody got a match?" Just standing around a pile of comic books.
Oh my God.
And I think I don't have my glasses, but I think this is issue 7 out of a 6-issue miniseries.
Yep,
It says at the
you're right.
top. Yep. So issue 7 out of a 6-issue miniseries. Very
That's
Ambush Bug.
great.
A series I loved and I missed an issue of. I finally completed. Lone Ranger 11.
Oh,
Ooh, from
nice.
Dynamite.
That's cool.
Oh, he's a
Oh,
little
did he freeze?
frozen. Yeah. Well, that was at a time when Dynamite was really putting out those like they were doing the Shadow, they were doing Green Hornet, they were doing
Yeah.
Lone Ranger,
Right.
the Spider, I think it was, those
Yeah.
old noir
This
40s and 50s characters, and they were doing a really good job with them too. Kind of helped put Dynamite out into the spotlight. There he is.
He's back.
Okay.
There we go.
Let me get you over here, Gary. There you
Okay.
are.
So this was the Lone Ranger. This was the only B cover I didn't get on Doomsday Clock, and I finally got it. The Gary Frank Luther. So
Nice.
that's a rough looking Luther, isn't it?
You froze when you were showing Lone Ranger.
Oh.
I gave a brief description of Dynamite at that time, but if you want to go back into what you said, please, by all means.
Oh, it was just a great some great books in there. The Lone Ranger series with the Cassidy art was just fantastic. I love the stories. Matthews was doing the writing on it, but the Cassidy art is just fantastic. And some of these covers, some of the Lone Ranger covers are absolutely
Oh yeah,
amazing in that run.
yeah.
The Immortal Hulk, I think we all like that title, love that. I didn't get the 5th volume of the hardback.
Ooh,
So I've got that now. I've got all the original books, but I didn't have the 5th volume of the hardback.
wow.
So I got those. I do have some older books. I have some Silver Age stuff. But before I show those, did you want me to show the figures that I had in this segment?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Archduke Kevin, eat your heart out, baby.
Oh,
With
Nice.
with a Wolverine with him. Yep.
Nice.
But
great.
Animal Man. My buddy, let me give a shout out to my buddy Gary Promise at Gary's Grails. He's got over 500 subscribers. He does a toy channel. I think it would be cool to have him on one day. But Gary's Grails, he found these for me. Also,
Hey, we'll make it happen. Ooh,
Red Tornado. Yeah, the episode I did with him where he did a tour of my house and all was his highest viewed episode. Had like 3,000
Wow.
views. So that
That's-
was pretty cool. So
That Red
Red-
Tornado looks amazing. He
Yeah.
was
Red
always a character that stood out to me.
Yep. And look, he's got the little funnel that he's
Yeah.
standing.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And this I got through the shop that I had ordered. Aquaman
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Funko with an Aquaman 1 in the background.
Nice.
Wow.
Now I know that you open up your figures so you could pose them and put them on display. With something like that, will you open it up or will you leave it in the box because it's got the comic in there with it?
I'll leave it in there. And matter of fact, these McFarlanes, I will probably leave in the box too, just because they display so well like that.
Yeah.
So I think those I'll keep. So now we'll go to the stack of my old books. It's not a whole lot, but that I got from Mark. Adventure 332.
Oh,
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's a Kurt Swan cover
that.
with the Legion. All these are Swan covers. Oh no, not all. Adventure 330
Now Adventure is with
365.
Superboy, right?
With Superboy, the
Yeah.
Legion. At this point,
Yeah.
the Legion was, they had stories of. So, with Matter Eater Lad on there. Anybody remember what planet he's from?
Not at all.
Oh, it's from
He's thinking. I can hear the wheels are turning.
I don't know.
Well, he can eat anything and digest it.
Bismol.
Bismol.
Pepto
That's
Bismol.
right. Holy cow. I was
Bad joke.
busy looking at the go-go checks.
Yeah, the go-go checks are awesome. Yeah, and the Matter Eater Lad figure I have in that big Legion set, he's got a wad of something in his mouth he's chewing. So it's pretty funny. 347. That's just the second appearance of Karate Kid. So
Right.
that's 347. Another
Not
Chris
Ralph
Blunt.
Macchio.
I was
ladies
gonna say
and
it doesn't
gentlemen.
look like Ralph Macchio at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I
Where's
know.
that Marita?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And
Karate
go-go checks.
chop.
Go-go checks. Love go-go checks.
Now
And-
I know some of the Silver Age stories, don't necessarily live up to expectation as far as wording goes with some people. But let me tell you, looking at those Silver Age covers, I could do that all day long.
Oh,
I love every minute of that.
I'm getting ready to show you Adventure 369, and it is Neil Adams cover.
Oh,
That's cool.
That's cool. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's
great.
something else.
And that's more Drew breaking through that steel vault.
Wow.
So, I probably need maybe 15 more issues to have Adventure 300 up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So, pretty good. Pretty good. So that'll be, and I'm working on the early Legion appearances.
Hmm.
I guess that's about all, and I'll have all the early Legion appearances.
Wow.
Which is good. And the Piece de Resistance, the biggest book I bought today, is a great tone cover GI Combat. These things are magnificent.
Oh, that's
Oh.
awesome.
Ooh. The Haunted Tank. Baby.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
But it's that tone cover that's
Yeah.
that style, that painterly style, and I know
Yeah.
I'm getting the glare, but that is just, I love you can read his name, Smith, on the back. But
Yeah.
that is just fantastic. I love the perspective of that too.
What issue is it?
92.
Nice.
That's
So
a
12
nice.
center. That's probably 62 or 63. 1962 or 63.
Now looking at it here, that's it's a Gerber bagging board, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it makes it look really great.
Yeah.
What condition do you think that book's in?
All right. We've got a crease down the center here. We got a little bit of damage on the spine. I would say, with what's going on with this, I would say it's probably a 4.
Right. Okay.
But it presents well.
Ladies and gentlemen, them Gerber bags and boards do that, and it
Yep.
makes it look gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yes,
like I said, the cover, we've got some creases and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but the colors are good and it presents well.
Yeah,
You know,
that's yeah.
And I've got some
That's
spine damage
fantastic.
on it.
And
But
the whites on there are very clean
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the tone covers on this book, there are probably about 30 GI Combats with the tone covers. I probably
Mhm.
have about 7, maybe 8, and
Oh, okay.
so I'm just going to chip away at them and get them, and they're just, again, they're spectacular.
Nice. That's wonderful.
Very
So
cool.
that's it for my new books. I mean,
Oh,
my
your
old
back
books.
issues.
Back issues.
Right on. All right, Dan, what do you got for back issues this week? Not a thing.
Nada.
I got nothing. I have some
Same thing that Spider-Man did.
I have some Kickstarters I'm waiting to get, so I won't be on next Saturday because going
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Taking my wife out of town for her birthday, but the week after that, hopefully, I'll have at least one of these Kickstarters.
All right.
I backed it. I'll have
Well, gentlemen, before we give the floor to you, Uncle Gary, for your wonderful showcase, I got 2 things I want to show you guys, and I want to get some opinions. So, do you guys remember the novels that
Yes.
Marvel used to put out?
Yes.
Did
Yep.
anybody ever read any of those?
Yep.
I did.
I bought 1 or 2 of them, but I never got around to reading them. I don't think I still have them, but
This is the only one that I have left. This is Spider-Man Venom's Wrath.
Yep.
Sal is salivating.
I read it. I don't own those books anymore. I got rid of them. I had like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I had a hardcover for a couple of Spider-Man books. There was X-Men and Wolverine, Captain America,
I had a
things like
Captain
that.
America one.
There was an Iron Man 2 with X-Men.
Yeah. See, and even for each chapter, it's got some pretty neat artwork in there. So I was just curious if you guys had ever checked anything like this out. These are those neat little oddities, maybe not so much oddities, but just a nice step away from comic books in novel form. And I dig
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, look at
Yep.
that. Chapter 12.
Love
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
then
Bagley art?
it
No.
is not. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is written by Untold Tales of Spider-Man writers Keith R.A. DeCandido and Jose Nieto. And illustrations on the inside are by Venom artist Joe St. Pierre.
Oh, okay.
There you
Yep.
go.
Very
Yeah.
good.
And the cover was painted by Tony Harris. So there's that.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Now,
remember Marvel used to release a lot of those, and
mhm,
I know I had a Captain America one. I just
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it.
I think the Spider-Man one that I had, it was a part of a 3-part trilogy, and it was called The Lizard Sanction. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you remember those books, please comment down in the comment section below and let me know what the other 2 parts are, because I don't know.
You're
But
gonna have to go on eBay looking for it, like when Gary was showing off the stuff last week, the
Mhm.
digest size books, and he had the Superman one I had as a kid. I'm like,
Ooh,
I
oh
gotta
yeah.
I gotta go on eBay and find that because I had it as a kid, and
I caught the tail end of you showing those, Gary, and I was like, I missed the digests.
Oh,
So, but I want to show this to you. Dan, I think you'll know what this is. Sal, I'm unsure if you've seen it. Gary, I don't know if you've seen it. But have any of you ever seen Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four?
it's
Yes.
fucking terrible.
no.
We talk about it. It's
So-
amazing.
It's the
so
greatest
bad.
Fantastic Four movie ever made.
Ever.
Well,
It's
if
so
Roger
bad.
Corman made it, is there nudity in it?
There is not.
There's no nudity in it.
It was
No.
something that
Well,
Roger
she is
Corman-
naked, but she's invisible.
It's the best Doctor Doom costume on the silver screen right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Roger Corman had, the production company had the rights to it, and
Yeah.
with all these, like a lot of the characters that Marvel had licensed out and got back, the reason they got them back was because under the licensing agreements was if they sat for a certain amount of time and nobody did anything with them, the rights would revert back to Marvel, and the rights were getting ready to revert back. So he made this POS Fantastic Four movie
This
just
was
so that he could, have something to say, like, we're doing something with it. Would they get to keep the rights before they ended up doing the ones with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans? And
this was basically made as a stamp, like you said, like we made something. Here it is.
Yeah,
Right.
the guy that played the Thing was like from that Silk Stockings TV show.
Yeah. He was semi-famous at the time, the guy that played Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
He was on the rise, right? They told all the actors that what they were making was going to be a major motion picture.
Right.
So they were under the impression that what they were doing was just kind of getting warmed up, getting started. Things would be done in one take. The graphics on here are terrible.
The Human Torch only flames on one time at the end, and it's a cartoon
in CG. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not even like good CG. It literally looks like he's a cartoon. There's one time at the end where Mr. Fantastic does a big hand and it comes out of the top of the this limo they're in and goes back and forth like this, and it's clearly just a giant paper mache hand.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's so terrible looking.
But
the Dr. does look cool though.
They used Jim Henson's puppeteer studio to make the Thing costume. That's where most of the budget went, and then into Dr. Doom's costume, which is
Right.
the best on-screen Doctor
See
Doom
if
thus
I-
far.
Did they
Yeah.
did they have Sue Storm saying that she's invisible and you just couldn't see anything on the screen, and that's how they did her?
Possibly. I can't quite remember. I know they did her like okay, so Johnny Storm didn't catch on fire until the end of the thing. When you saw Reed do a stretch, the camera would pull back and there would be this hand like right there, and then it'd do these optical illusions. With Sue, it's very possible she was just talking
Yep,
off screen.
There it is.
There it is. So good. I
It's,
have the
it's so
Blu-ray.
bad.
It's so good. It's so bad. It's good. What do you have? A DVD?
Yeah, I have this DVD that I bought.
These
I don't
are
know, 10 or 15 years ago, and even before that, I had a VHS copy that I had bought of it, and it's just so bad.
there's no official release for this.
There
This
never
is
will be.
no. This is a labor of love that somebody made. They converted
labor
it
of
to as
love.
much
That. Yeah, that.
as much a Blu-ray quality as they could. They made the jackets, got the Blu-ray cases, and all that stuff. Added some special features on there for you too. So
I thought it was really fascinating, not fascinating, but kind of rude that they told these actors and actresses and whatnot that this was going to be a major picture.
yeah,
That was just a complete smoke and mirrors type of cover.
total
He was-
bullshit.
He had no plans of releasing it
No.
whatsoever. It was just made to hold the rights. That
We'll
was
see.
it.
And when this got out on the convention circuit, that's where it
Yeah.
really caught wind.
Yeah.
Because fans started bootlegging it and copying it and making VHS tapes and DVDs and things like that, and eventually Blu-rays, and it would just spread, and there's nothing they could do.
And that's a real Blu-ray.
Yeah. This is
Really
a
cool.
Blu-ray. This
Okay.
is a Blu-ray that somebody burned, somebody made.
Okay.
The original quality video is probably, what does this say? So here, I'll read the back. It says about this transfer. This copy of the Fantastic Four was created using the best quality standard version of the film available. We up-resed it to 1080p high definition and tweaked the video levels to broadcast legal. Please note, however, that it is of sub-DVD first-gen VHS quality until it receives a proper release. This is the best quality version out there.
Wow.
Somebody's computer is dinging too.
Not
That's
mine.
mine. I keep getting all these little spam notifications.
Tell them you're live. Tell them to quit until after 2 a.m.
Or better yet, tell them to tune in here and then
Yeah.
talk with you here.
Yeah, there you go. Look, if you want to pitch Dan, just get in the chat and we'll talk. We'll talk comics first, and then
Yep.
we'll go off air. Then you can pitch Dan, but we'll be off air and you can't. But yeah, this is good, Gary. If you've never seen this, next time you go to Baltimore, when we all go to Baltimore Comic Con, look around to see if anybody's selling one of these. You have
I
on
can't.
YouTube.
It's like the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. I didn't see that either. Just good.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but not in high definition.
You don't need to see it in high definition.
All right.
There's some things that don't need to be in high definition, and that's one of them.
This is not one of them. This is beautiful, is what it is, and I'm so glad I have it. I'm gonna fall asleep to it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's my
Yeah,
All sleep with the case
really-
up here, tucked to your pillow.
I mean, I think this is on the
Never
level of the
react
Star
to it.
Wars Christmas special, right? Which
That
I
is
have-
exactly correct. That's how terrible it is, but it's so bad it's good, and it has a
The
cult
Star Wars
following.
Christmas special leaps and bounds above that.
Oh my god,
The Star Wars Christmas special at least had legitimate actors in it.
this did too.
Yeah,
Well,
And
yeah.
at
I mean,
least two of them.
who doesn't need Maud or Rose from whatever she played from the Golden Girls on there? Absolutely.
Exactly.
If you
All
guys
right.
ever saw the parody clip of Star Wars called Hardware Wars,
No.
did you ever see that? You should
No.
Google that. That
That
is on
sounds
par with
familiar.
that Fantastic Four movie. What's
Oh
that?
my God.
that sounds familiar. I might have.
Gary,
It
the
is a-
floor is yours, buddy.
Yes.
Showcase
take the
time?
floor.
It is time for the showcase.
Showcase
All right,
it,
so this
baby.
this is for Sal mainly. This showcase here.
Oh,
So
thank
a
you,
few
sir.
weeks ago, he showed that he got one of these books.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
Nice.
Wanted #1, and look,
Okay.
this one is minty fresh. Look at that.
wow,
is. It's
that
nice.
is nice.
70s DC goodness. So #1, the Green Lantern down there, that's a reprint of Green Lantern 1. So, but
Right.
a lot of these were reprint issues. Here's 2. These were Nick Cardy covers on there.
So new
the
covers of old stories.
reprints. Yep, because that's the
Yeah.
first Trickster. So we just showing some villainous appearance. So that's 1 and 2. And again, these are easy to collect. There's not that many of them. Here's 3.
Ooh,
Yep.
Nice.
So they have Golden Age and Silver Age. It's an old Vigilante cover. 3. I really like this one. Here's 4.
that's
Nice.
great.
Solomon Grundy. Yep.
Yep.
And who is that? Is that Kid Eternity? Yeah, that's Kid Eternity on the bottom.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, that's 4. Here's #5.
Oh,
Doll Man and another Green Lantern story. Wanted, and it's the world's most dangerous villains. Again, the Gerber bags just give us some glare, but they're
yeah.
But
they
they
sparkle in
can
them.
pop so well.
Yep. I think this is the one Sal had, isn't it?
I don't know. Let me double check. Let me double check my stat.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
I know that first one you showed. I knew he had that one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh,
The
#1. It was #1 then. Okay.
Eclipse Starman.
Yeah. So here's a Wildcat one with the
Oh
Golden Wasp,
yeah,
which was one of his villains.
we just did a show about him the other day.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So there's that.
I had
And
to dig that out. I don't know where I put that one.
yeah, here's #7.
Oh, that's
Good.
nice. Ooh,
Did you see the
Owlman.
Wildcat cover, Sal?
No,
Right.
re-show me the Wildcat cover, please. Awesome.
Some great
That's
JSA
great.
characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
And these are all in really nice shape too.
Now
So,
wait a minute. Who's the villain Wildcat's facing?
the
on
Golden
here?
Wasp.
The Golden Wasp. Okay, so in issue 10 of JSA, which I read the other day, by the way,
Oh.
very good. That's who he
Nice.
was fighting in when he's like,
Yeah.
you don't know how to punch. You couldn't
Yeah.
even last 5 minutes in the ring with me.
Yeah.
Then he
didn't you
takes
like
off
that
his
fight?
helmet and his gloves, and
So you like that issue? Wasn't that
I
great?
loved it.
Didn't you like
Nice.
that line he said about Tigress and Mom? He's like, and I fought her. If you
If
get
you
my-
know what I mean, yeah. If
know
you
what I
catch
mean.
my drift,
Yeah. There's 7. So there's an Hour Man cover and a
Johnny
Quick.
Johnny
Quick.
Quick.
Yeah,
I always liked Our Man.
I did
Yeah,
too.
me too. One of the God, such a great costume.
7. It is a great costume. And who doesn't like a drug addict hero?
Hang on, guys. I gotta take my pill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There's-
a great cover.
Isn't that a great? Yeah. Another Nick Cardy.
That
So
one I've seen before.
Yeah. So
I'm
very
glad
cool.
Dr. Fate hasn't changed much over the years.
Yeah. So, and I love the masthead on this. I just love the idea of it. And then
Yeah.
here's #9. This was the last issue.
Oh, so only 9 issues.
Only 9 issues, Sal. You can get this goodness, buddy. And
Wow.
and Sal has
Wow.
#1. Yeah. So
Yep.
there you go.
Yep.
So that inspired me. And then y'all have inspired me to show you another one because of some selections that you have made for Comic Character of the Week.
Oh,
So here's the real deal Super Team Family #1.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
look at the expression on Superman's face. That's an expression of like, I would rather be anywhere than
Yeah.
here.
He's like, who are all these other clowns on this book? I don't need all that.
Jeez.
It was like,
But that's-
it's like, why isn't all these heroes running and then Captain Cold and Heatwave are there?
Yeah, well, that's what they do. So
There
just
we
silly.
go.
They're the
Super-
black sheep of that super team.
Where we going, guys? We're all running. Let's run.
Okay, there's #2
Dead Man
the-
and
Dead Man.
Batman
Nice.
and the Creeper and Wildcat.
on
There
his
you
Cato cycle.
Yep, on his Cato cycle. Green Lantern and Speedy had a story in here too.
Wow.
So that's #2.
Boy, they used every bit of real estate of those covers, didn't they?
It sure did. Here's a 3.
And these are reprint stories as well.
Reprints. These are reprints. Yep. Yep. So
Well, see, back then, Gary, that was the only way you could get those older stories.
well,
Yeah.
the 100 pagers that it started when I first started, the 100 pagers which predated these had
Yeah.
a lot of the reprints had new story and then the reprints.
Yeah.
This is all reprint, but this is how I was getting the information. Yeah, some of the great
Wow.
stories. So there's
Oh, that's great.
there's what is that, number 4 was Grundy.
Yeah, like they didn't really have, they didn't have comic shops you just go to and search through back
Right.
issues. They weren't having comic conventions,
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd probably be able to, I think you correct me if I'm wrong, probably the only way you'd find older issues was if you found them in, like if you knew someone that had them, or if you found them in some kind of like thrift store, antique store
Well,
type deal.
where you would find them is in newsstands. So they were like, I used to go to there's called the Keybridge newsstand in the 70s. A buddy of mine, we would go there and they would have back issues. And this is what would happen in New York a lot too. This was a mecca for finding old books and things like that. And I've read stories about how some of these great collections, these guys in the 50s in New York, they had a lot of bookstores like this that had the old comics. And that's where they got all the old early Action Comics and Superman and Batman. So the ones from the 40s and late 30s, they would. So the 50s was a mecca in New York of going to find these old books, and they were cheap. So there's Super Team Family 5.
Love
because
that.
these places that had them,
That's
they didn't know anything about value, and they were probably like just.
Well, they were
Yeah,
still charged. I mean, they weren't cover price. Now they were charging a little bit for them, but not like now. The first in the first edition in 1970 of Overstreet, Action 1 was in nice condition, was listed as $300. So, so imagine that book, Action 1, maybe you paid $20 for it in the 50s. I don't know. But anyway, so there's another Super Team Family, but it's just, there's a fun logo. And that's why it was interesting that guy has used them for his, for his crossovers. So here's Super Team Family 7. So you got Teen Titans and you got a Doom Patrol in there.
Nice.
Number 8.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. So you got Challengers of the Unknown. And
nice.
Now this is a new story. So now they've given you some new material.
Oh, okay.
So the Challenger story was new. So, yep.
Because that was a giant size issue.
Well, they're all giant size. They're all giant size. Yep. So, so I think what they started doing, like these are all, so they started giving you some new stories here.
So now they're running Challengers of the Unknown every month with a new story.
Yep.
And they predate the Fantastic Four by a couple years, don't they?
Not only do they predate it, it's the same freaking origin. Four guys walk away from a plane crash where everybody else dies and they're living on borrowed time. They don't get powers, but one of them is a professor that's an undersea, that's a oceanographer, undersea diver, Professor Haley. One of them is a boxer. Rocky is a boxer. Red Ryan is an acrobat and stuntman and the circus stuff, and the other Ace Morgan is a fighter pilot. So
when they did the Amalgam universe, that's really neat. Then that they put Challengers of the Unknown,
they should end it
together.
I think.
Also, Challengers are fantastic. Also, they were created by Kirby.
Wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
He stole his own idea.
Yep. This is a new story here.
Oh, interesting.
Look at that old Supergirl costume.
I know.
I love that costume. That's one of my favorites. And that's Rubenstein did the cover and Weiss. Here's a new
great cover.
Green Lantern, the Atom, Hawkman.
Oh, that's roundabout when Superman was getting ready to come out.
Yep.
Ain't that something?
Yeah,
that's cool. I love that.
So these are just
a good GL book, huh?
Mm-hmm.
GL cover, I should say.
Yep. Here's 13 with the Atom, Captain Comet, and Aquaman. And so at this point, again, these are all new stories now. So
no more reprints in there. No more.
No, these are all new stories they're giving you.
Mm.
and then you got a Super Team family, and then so you had a Secret Society supervillains appearance in here with
Man,
Wonder Woman and the Atom.
They just don't make books like this anymore.
No,
And that's so unfortunate. Like
Yeah.
Marvel Comics Presents, I would love that.
and
Yeah,
the
it's a
last
shame
issue-
because it would be a good way to give a spotlight to all these characters. Like, okay, you don't
Yeah.
have to give them their own monthly book, but you put out,
Yep.
put out a monthly book like this that features 2 or 3 different characters that all have their
Yep.
own kind of, their own kind of stories, and it would
Absolutely.
be a good way to, you have like one A-list character that that can appear in them, and then you can have all these other characters that aren't getting used for something else.
Oh yeah, brought it. So, and this is the last one, number 15.
The last issue?
Last issue, number 15.
Wow.
Yeah, Flash and the New Gods. So
Wow.
that's it. So that's some DC 70 goodness. Wanted and the complete run of Wanted, 9 issues, and the complete run of Super Team Family.
That is fantastic. That's super.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle Gary. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it just tied into what we've shown on the other thing, and I've been thinking, I should do that for a showcase. Show the originals of or the complete those for us.
That's great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up another wonderful edition of Comics Unleashed right here on the Codex Station, Codex After Dark. Thank you so much, guys, for showing your polls, back issues, the showcase figures, and even some of the greatest movies never watched, ladies and
Ever.
gentlemen.
Ever.
So it's so
Go watch
sad.
it.
Now, here's something. Have you seen the Justice League TV pilot?
Yes, I have. With
The
the
roast,
webcam.
yeah.
With Fat Martian Manhunter and Homeless
Yes.
Flash, and
Yes.
Hey,
With the half
Dan,
cape.
did we
What?
ever?
Fat
we ever-
Hawkman too.
Yeah.
Did we ever determine that Green Lantern was Hal Jordan, but wearing Guy Gardner's outfit?
Yes.
I looked at it, it's Guy Gardner.
It is Guy Gardner? Okay.
Guy
Alright.
Gardner that looks like Hal Jordan wearing Gardner clothes.
Yeah.
But,
All right.
Yeah.
Stuff
So
like that.
Either way.
which would you rate as worse? The Fantastic Four or the Justice League?
Oh, the Justice League pilot. That
You
is
rate
that
that
is
as- you rate that one
terrible.
as worse?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was atrocious. This, however, is cinematic masterpiece right here.
It's gold. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
I can't lie. I can't not tell a truth. I have
Yeah.
kids and I have to teach them how to be honest and right. Go watch this movie.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we're getting out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, let's showcase one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on all the socials. Gary, what do we have for them?
We have all the socials here at the Codex, and we would like nothing more than to give them to you.
You tell us where you want it. We will put it there at the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow. It helps channels like us so that way we can show all of this stuff to more people just like you all the time, every time. Once again, at the Codex Station. And also, ladies and gentlemen, when you need something to wear after a hard night's work, we got shirts, we got stickers, the little pasty things, if that's what you want to call
Woo!
thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs, ladies and gentlemen. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Sal, they can find you where?
Well, you can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
Fantastic. And Dan, what about you? When you're not road managing, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. Come and get a commission and fill the gaping holes in your life for original art, and give me your money.
Get them, yeah, definitely. And Uncle Gary, please, when you're not curating comic books in the Library of Comics, where can they find you, good sir?
They can find me at the comic store that I'm a proud co-owner of, Comic Logic. We are Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. Please come see us. You can also see me and my two fellow grumpy old nerds, Rob and Mike, on the our Comic Logic Facebook Live show that we have the first 3 Thursdays of every month. So please come see us there. And then come see all of us here. Come see our work on the Comic Character of the Day site, founded by our great buddy, Archduke Kevy, that loves this man, Animal Man. Archduke Kevy, site
He also
Comic
hates
Character of the Day.
tacos.
There you go.
Yes,
There
and
you
beer.
go. And he's the reason that we are all acquainted with one another. So go see that site and check it out. I do the covers of the day under the name Opie Taylor. Dan over there does the panel of the day and does the question of the day. And Sal contributes. And Tim is always watching to make sure that we give you the content that you deserve. So
there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for sticking around for Comics Unleashed. We will see you next time.
Catch you next time.
Catch him where now? There it is. Right. Say that one more time. I almost had it.
Gaping holes.
Yes. All right. We
real
love
to
you.
men.
No gaping holes.
Good night.
Real to men.
Nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
Tight gaping holes.
Bye.